Hello there, Paula.
Hi, Rachel. How's it going?
I'm great. Hope you are too.
Yep, I am. Looking forward
Awesome.
to traveling.
Yes, and just want to also say hello to anyone watching today. We thought it was time for another travel talk because you've got several fun tours coming up in the year
Yes,
of
yes. It's going to
2025.
be a busy year.
Yes, and it's unbelievable to think about it, but yet it's gonna sneak up on us before we know it. So
Right,
we're gonna
right.
dive right in today. We're gonna talk about Scotland and Ireland. I know this is one of your favorites. I know you're
Yes.
pretty excited about this one. August 4th through the 14th of 2025, you will be taking a group to Scotland and Ireland. Please tell us all about it.
Okay. This is one of my favorite places. We had so many people requesting the Ireland trip, and we filled it up last summer. So we're going to do another one. Going to add a stop in Scotland first, though, to change it up just a little bit. So we will fly out of Des Moines for an overnight flight to Edinburgh, and then they will pick us up there and transfer us to Glasgow because that's where the touring starts. So on Tuesday, August 5th, that afternoon, we will have a panoramic tour of Glasgow. We'll see George Square. We'll go to the Kelvin Grove Art Gallery and Museum. It's known for some of the masterpieces by Rembrandt and Titian and Dali. That evening, we'll have a welcome drink and dinner with the rest of the tour group. So that should be a good day. The next day on Wednesday, we start touring Scotland. We head to Loch Lomond area. We'll drive across the famous Rannoch Moor and through Glencoe. Head up to Fort Williams and Fort Augustus. Those of you that are Outlander fans or have read any of the books, some of these forts and locks and sites might be familiar to you. You'll have at least heard the name. We're going to go to Loch Ness. We're going to take a cruise on Loch Ness. So be watching carefully. You just never know. We might spot Nessie and become famous. Who knows? That evening, we head over to Nairn, which is a beautiful little village on the Firth. And we will spend the night there in this. It's like an old manor house. It's now a hotel. It's really neat. It's just, and the grounds are gorgeous. It's a beautiful site. And it'll be daylight for a long time there. So 10, 11 o'clock at night, it's still going to be pretty bright out. So, but it's a beautiful spot. On Thursday, we get up and we'll head down, heading towards Edinburgh. And we will stop at the Blair Athol Distillery. This was founded in 1798, and we'll watch them make traditional Scotch whiskey. Sampling is allowed, so that should be a little fun there. Later that afternoon, we head over to St. Andrews, a medieval town, and everybody know it as the home of golf. And yes, you are allowed to walk out on St. Andrews Golf Course. Not real far, but you can stand on one of the putting greens. And I think the last time I went, we got to walk around the first hole as long as nobody's playing. But you can at least take a picture of yourself on St. Andrews. Who knows?
Great picture opportunity for sure.
Right. Yes, yes. And then we will head on down to our Manor House Hotel on the outskirts of Edinburgh. This manor house here is 3 centuries old, 1,000 acres of beautiful parkland. It's just a gorgeous, peaceful spot, and we will spend a couple of nights there. On Friday, this is a busy day. We get up and we go into Edinburgh, and we'll have a tour. We'll see the bustling Princess Street, the wide streets, 200-year-old Georgian townhomes. We'll walk along the Royal Mile, medieval houses there. We'll visit Edinburgh Castle, high above the city. So we'll get a nice, wonderful panoramic view. We'll get to see the Scottish Crown Jewels. And later that day, this to me is one of the highlights of the trip. We're going to attend the spectacular Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo. Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard to explain, but picture soldiers in kilts and bagpipes. It's just, I've never seen it. I've seen videos of it, but that's what we're going to see. And then later that evening, we'll have dinner on our own, a little chance to explore there. So on Saturday, we will leave Edinburgh and we'll travel across Scotland, headed west to the coast, and we'll get on a ferry, the bus and all. We'll be on a ferry ride over to Belfast. When we get to Belfast, we'll take a panoramic drive through the city. We'll see some of the highlights of the city where the Titanic was built. And we will visit Titanic Belfast, which is a relatively new museum. It opened in 2012, the anniversary of the Titanic. And this is a fascinating museum. We'll see how the Titanic was built, some articles from the Titanic. Get to hear some of the recordings from the SOSs that went out. So it's very, very interesting. And after that, we will head on down to Dublin for the evening. Dinner on our own. We can find a pub and have fish and chips, tip a pint of Guinness, just enjoy Dublin. On Sunday, we will have a tour of Dublin, a bus tour with the local Irish guide there. We'll learn about the history, some of the elegant Georgian buildings there. We'll go by Trinity College, go down by the River Liffey and other places. We will stop and visit the Christ Church Cathedral, the spiritual heart of the city of Dublin for over 1,000 years. Very, very interesting cathedral. Later that evening, we will have a little dinner cruise. We will be on a Guinness barge traveling through the Grand Canal and listen to Irish music while we have supper. So that should be a fun experience. Monday, we head out through traditional Irish farmland countryside. We will have tea and scones. We will watch the sheepdogs display their skills and make our way over to the Blarney Castle. And those that want to can climb the steps and kiss the Blarney Stone. If you don't feel like climbing the steps and leaning over backwards to kiss the Blarney Stone, you can enjoy the gardens. And of course, there is one of the more famous Blarney Castle shopping spots. Get your souvenirs here, folks. Later that evening, we head over to Killarney and we will have dinner and attend the Gaelic Roots Irish Dance and Music Show. So get a lot of taste of the Irish dancing and the music. Very fascinating. Tuesday, we will get on a jaunting car. Now, if you don't know what a jaunting car is, it's a pony cart. Picture it that way. Little ponies pulling us around. We will take a drive through the countryside there, through a national park. We'll see Ross Castle on Loch Leanne. We'll go to the scenic Gap of Dunlow. We will stop at Moriarty's, which is probably one of the most famous Irish gift shops. Beautiful, beautiful sweaters and woolens and just gorgeous stuff there. Then we will take a ride around the Ring of Kerry, which is an area of Ireland. It's winding, breathtaking sights, mountains, coastal views, and that old song, 40 Shades of Green. You're going to see 40 Shades of Green on this drive. It is just gorgeous. We will cross the bridge and go to Valencia Island, and we will do what's called the Skellig Experience. It's a little movie we're going to watch. Talks about the life of the early Christian hermits who lived on Skellig Michael. And Skellig Michael is a rocky island offshore. If you are a Star Wars fan, this island was featured in, I think it was Star Wars 6. And so we don't get to go onto the island, but you can see it. We'll have lunch at Mall's Gap for a panoramic mountain view. Lots of opportunities for beautiful photos on this trip. And return to Killarney for the evening. On Wednesday, we're headed up the coast. We're going to cross the Shannon River by ferry, and we're headed to the Cliffs of Moher, which is probably one of the things most people say. Got to go see the Cliffs of Moher when you're in Ireland. They are breathtaking. I think it's 700 some feet above the Atlantic. Just gorgeous, just gorgeous. And you can walk up and down along They have a paved path, and then they have kind of a gravelly path for the more adventuresome. So, but lots to see there. So we'll spend some time there. And then we'll head over to our hotel. And that evening, we will go to a medieval style banquet with lords and ladies and serving wenches and music and a fascinating meal. Very good. And it's just a fun time, just a wonderful spot. And that'll big meal there. Then the next day, it's time to come home. We'll get up, we'll head to the airport in Shannon after breakfast, and we'll fly back home. So it's a busy 11 days. We're going to see 2 countries, 3 countries actually, because we do Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Ireland. So those of you that are keeping track of how many European countries you're going to, you can add 3 of them on this. So it'll be a wonderful time. The weather's great in August. We're going to see a lot of wonderful things. And this trip is a real bargain. This is a real bargain. $6,274 per person, double occupancy, $7,199 if you have a single room. And this, your air is included, and a lot of the meals are included, breakfast every day. And let me tell you, if you leave breakfast hungry when you are in Scotland and Ireland, it's your own fault. The food is fabulous, and breakfast is wonderful. We are having a early booking discount, $75 if you book this one by January 7th. So get your money in real quick. And we are offering an extra special discount if you are a veteran. We are offering an additional $100 off because we are going to the military tattoo. So we thought we'd throw in a little perk for our veterans who've done so much for us. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So round trip airfare is included, guided transportation, all the lodging, luggage handling, 1 suitcase, 16 meals. Going to be a great trip. Going to be a great trip.
Awesome. So Paula, right now, what's your feeling? Are you going to climb the steps, Blarney Stone it up? What do you think?
I did it the first time I went to Ireland, so I suppose it's time to do it again. The first time I did that, it was kind of funny because you get to the top, and once you've climbed these winding tower steps and get to the top, then they go, oh, wait, we have to measure to see if you are tall enough. And I just made it. Could have told me that down on the bottom.
No kidding. Let's move that information down at the bottom. Yeah.
Yes. But I mean, it is your typical tourist experience, but it's something people have always heard about. And it's on a lot of people's bucket list. I want to go kiss the Blarney Stone. So
absolutely, yeah. And if you do catch a picture of the Loch Ness, be sure to send it back. I'll make sure to get that up.
Yes. We can be famous. Looking, Northland found Loch Nessie. Oh yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing about this trip today. Again, Paula has given you all the information. 11 days of some good traveling there. And if Scotland and Ireland is on your list, please join Northland. Please join Paula. I know she would love to have you. Remember that early booking discount she mentioned of $75 before January 7th. And if you are seeing this after January 7th, it's okay. You know, we'll still take you on the trip.
Still take you.
Yeah, absolutely. Be sure to check out our website, northlandtravel.com. You can go on the group tours page. And if you'd like, you can download the full itinerary there just so you can read a little bit more about it yourself if you'd like. But any questions about the trip, or if you'd like to sign up, we've got the number below. You can give Rhonda a call at the office at Northland Travel, and she would be happy to get you on this trip with Paula. So thanks again, Paula, and thanks everybody for watching.
Okay, see you later.